No, Bray Wyatt shouldn't come back. What a weird take. Yes, Bray Wyatt should. FTR #1 tag team this year? Sure, they're my favorite tag team. I love FTR. Anyway, let's catch up some of the stuff we missed from this past week. Now, like I said, I was not here to watch AEW Dynamite this past week with you guys. We're not going to go through the show like a review, but I am going to talk about what we missed. And of course, we had the two semifinal matches in the tournament that set up the Moxley and Danielson match that we're going to see next week. So we did see John Moxley defeat Sammy Guevara. That was the opening match on Dynamite. Hit the Death Rider for the win. Fun to see Ty Mello and Anna Jay get involved there. Ty Mello kicking John Moxley in the balls, and Renee Paquette tweeting about that and her unhappiness with Mello's decision to do that to her man. I thought that was pretty funny. Good MJF promo this week as well as always, and he kind of revealed what the status of all of Stokely Hathaway and his goons were. Of course, they helped him win the Casino Ladder match and All Out, and we never really got that much of an explanation the prior week. So this week we did very intense promo by MJF where he introduced Hathaway's group that is called The Firm. That's going to be the name of the stable, and they are basically a stable on retainer. Moxley said it's his first ever. It's the first ever stable on retainer. They're going to be there for him when needed, but basically not all the time. So it's not going to be, like a, what's it called, a pinnacle type of thing. Stokely then gets on the mic. MJF just leaves at this point. Stokely's now in the ring with his crew, which consists of Lee Moriarty, Morrissey, the Ass Boys, and Ethan Page. And Stokely kind of goes through his motives of why he brought all of these guys together. Individually singles them out, says Lee Moriarty has desires to be the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. The Ass Boys have aspirations of being tag team champions, and Ethan Page wants to be the All-Atlantic champion. He also tells Morrissey that he loves him and gives him a big hug, and Morrissey just stands there, basically completely unaffected by this little tiny man giving him a hug around his waist, which was a hilarious visual. And Stokely basically says that all of these members are on call, but they'll go their own ways when they're not associated with the firm. So that's going to be weird. You've never really seen a faction come together like that, where they're going to be ready to go on call whenever, but whenever they're not working together, they're going to be going off in their separate ways. And that just seems like it's going to open up the door for all sorts of fucking problems, especially if these guys get called into work when they already got shit going on. What if Ethan Page has got an All-Atlantic Championship match scheduled against Pac on a Rampage, and then MJF insists that Ethan Page put himself in a really dangerous situation, either prior to the match or maybe on Wednesday? He's like, no, man, I got a championship match in 2 days. I don't want to go out in the parking lot and, and try to find Moxley or whatever. He's going to be waiting for me with a lead pipe or whatever. I don't know. But I feel like that's really going to cause some problems there. But we'll see. They could likely play a pretty big role in MJF, maybe even winning the title on whenever they decide to do that. But it looks like each one of these groups, or each one of these individuals, are going to be targeting gold. So we're going to see if Stokely can add a ton of gold here, because if he's already said that Moriarty, Ass Boys, and Ethan Page are all targeting championships immediately, that means they should get some recent, or some pretty, they should be getting some title matches pretty soon in the near future, I would assume, even though the Acclaimed has got their title match at Grand Slam against Swerve and Our Glory. So we might get the Ass Boys against the Acclaimed, which makes a lot of sense. It just leads to more evidence that the Acclaimed absolutely will. One of the most predictable matches of the year, I think, in professional wrestling will be the Acclaimed and Swerve and Our Glory on Wednesday. They will definitely be winning the titles, and that will set it up perfectly for the Ass Boys to challenge them for the titles, since Billy Gunn is kind of with the Acclaimed now, and all that works out. And Ethan Page going out for the All-Atlantic, I think, is good too. This is a guy that I really think needs to find a good direction, because he's too good of a talker, too much ability, presence, and size, just to be sitting around there doing nothing. So he's kind of just moved factions. He just moved from Dan Lambert to Stokely, which isn't going to do much if they don't actually, start pushing them outward. And they did look like they would do that, as we would see later on with the Pizza Man. Stokely did apparently get a little bit of heat, perhaps, on his promo. Some felt it was a little long-winded. Some felt that it was designed more to get himself over than the individual people in his stable. I didn't notice that watching the promo. He talked a lot, but Stokely's a good talker, and he did speak about each one of his stable mates individually, I didn't really catch that, or that didn't really resonate with me. That Stokely talked too long and tried to get himself over, winning business for himself. I didn't see any of that, but he did get a little bit of criticism from the audience for the promo. Didn't really bother me at all. I didn't mind it. I thought Huggy Morrissey was hilarious. We also saw Jungle Boy get a clean win over Jay Lethal, which was good. Clean, good win for Jungle Boy, and he's got another match set up, I think, next week at Grand Slam as well. So it looks like they're putting some wins in front of Jungle Boy while Christian gets healed, which is awesome. Will Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs, smashed a jobber after the match. Ricky Starks hit the ring and brawled with Hobbs. Hobbs powdered out, and the two of them are set to face on that special 2-hour Rampage next week. Rampage Grand Slam on Friday. Pretty good tag team
Have
match.
someone on Android, then Tim Cook has the solution. Buy them an iPhone. Following Apple's Far Out event, where the company announced the iPhone 14, iPhone 14 Pro, Apple Watch 8, Apple Watch Ultra, and AirPods Pro 2, Tim Cook attended Vox Media's Code 2022 event, opens a new tab. There, Cook was asked about the possibility of iMessage adopting RCS messaging, the new standard text messaging system used by Android smartphones. Vox Media's Laquan Hunt complained to Cook about the issues he was having when trying to text his mom. In particular, the videos they shared with each other were always blurry, whereas they looked great if they were using compatible messaging systems. To help solve this issue, Tim Cook told Hunt, "Buy your mom an iPhone." Via The Verge opens a new tab. If you were to head to the Apple Store right now, the cheapest iPhone you could buy is the iPhone SE 2022 for $429/449 pounds/719 Australian dollars.